What makes divorce so expensive?
Conflict. When couples can't agree, costs explode.
So agreement means lower cost?
Exactly.
What helps couples get there?
Mediation.
Even if they don't agree at first.
Yes, mediation works for both uncontested and contested divorces.
This is general divorce information. Laws vary, so check with a legal professional in your area.
Laws vary, but smart strategies don't. This channel helps you avoid common mistakes and make better decisions during divorce. Today, in episode 5 of our Divorce Options series, we'll take a deeper look at mediation and mediation with attorneys. All information here is based on U.S. divorce procedures, dedicated to helping you understand divorce more clearly. Just keep in mind, divorce options are where this conversation begins, not where it ends on this channel. In this episode, you'll learn what divorce mediation really is and how it works in real cases. We'll explain the different mediation styles, how to choose the right mediator for your situation, and when mediation can help, or fall short. You'll also learn how mediation can work together with attorneys and why some couples need legal support while still avoiding court. By the end of this episode, you'll have a clearer picture of whether mediation fits your divorce and what to look for if you decide to use it.
What is divorce mediation?
Divorce mediation is a process where a neutral third person, called a mediator, helps spouses work through divorce issues together. Instead of asking a judge to decide, mediation allows the couple to talk, negotiate, and try to reach their own agreements.
So which divorce options can use mediation?
Mediation can be used with most divorce options, including uncontested divorce, DIY divorce, and attorney-assisted divorce. In some situations, it can even help couples resolve issues that might otherwise end up in court.
So what exactly does a mediator help couples do during a divorce?
A mediator helps couples work through the issues that have to be resolved to complete a divorce.
What kinds of issues are we talking about?
Usually things like dividing property and debt, child custody, parenting schedules, child support, and spousal support.
A lot to manage.
It is, and that's where the mediator helps by organizing the conversation so each topic is handled clearly and calmly.
Are there things couples don't realize they need to discuss?
All the time. Couples often think they agree on everything, but details can be missed until paperwork is reviewed or filed.
And the mediator catches that?
Exactly. The mediator helps identify gaps early so agreements are more complete and less likely to cause delays later.
Where does mediation actually happen? Is it something you hire yourself or something the court provides?
That's an important distinction. In divorce, mediation comes in two settings: private mediation and court-connected mediation. Private mediation is always optional and chosen by the couple. Court-connected mediation is ordered by the court in some cases, not chosen by the couple.
I understand the roles now, but I don't understand how mediation actually works. If my ex and I can barely talk, how does a mediator actually help us reach agreement? Is it just magic?
It can feel like magic, but it's actually a structured process. Think of a mediator like a communication buffer. They don't force agreement, and they don't decide who is right or wrong. Instead, they use specific tools designed to lower conflict and help people move toward workable solutions. Mediators use many techniques, but here are 3 common examples that help conversations move forward.
What does reframing mean?
Reframing means changing how something is said so the meaning stays, but the emotional tension is reduced. For example, if one spouse says, "He's trying to control my time with the kids," the mediator might restate it as, "There's concern about creating a stable parenting schedule." When emotional language is softened, people often stop defending themselves and start thinking about solutions.
What if the couple can't even sit in the same room?
That's when mediators sometimes use caucus. This means the mediator meets with each person separately and moves between conversations. This allows people to speak more openly and ask questions they may feel uncomfortable asking in front of their spouse. It also gives the mediator a chance to explain risks, costs, or possible court outcomes privately, which often reduces tension and fear. Another important tool is breaking large problems into smaller decisions. Instead of starting with the most emotional or difficult issue, mediators often help couples agree on smaller topics first. Each small agreement builds confidence and reduces stress. Once couples see they can agree on something, they are often more prepared to work through larger decisions. These tools can help many couples communicate more effectively, but mediation is not the right fit for every divorce, and we'll talk about those situations later.
Then what do people actually mean when they say types of mediation?
In divorce, that word type usually means two different things. The first meaning is how mediation works. This is called the mediation style.
So this is about the process, not the person?
Exactly. Mediation styles describe how the mediator helps move the conversation forward. In divorce, the most common styles are facilitative, evaluative, and transformative.
What does that actually look like?
In facilitative mediation, the mediator asks questions and guides discussion, but doesn't give opinions. In evaluative mediation, the mediator may share feedback about what a judge would likely decide. In transformative mediation, the focus is on improving communication, so agreement becomes possible.
Then what's the other meaning of type?
The second meaning is who the mediator is, their professional background.
This is where people hear attorney and non-attorney, right?
Correct. An attorney mediator is a licensed lawyer acting as a neutral. A non-attorney mediator may have training in counseling, psychology, social work, or conflict resolution. So how do you know which one fits your divorce? Ask this: is the main issue legal complexity or communication?
What's actually blocking progress?
Exactly. Let me give you an example. Take Daniel and Laura. They owned a house together and had already looked up their local divorce rules, so they understood the house was marital property and would need to be sold or bought out. Legally, nothing was confusing. The problem was communication. Both of them wanted a fair outcome, but emotions kept blocking progress. Daniel wanted to keep the house because of emotional attachment, and Laura was open to that but needed financial security and clear timelines. Whenever they tried to discuss refinancing, buyout amounts, or move-out dates, the conversation shut down and no one felt heard. They didn't need help understanding the law. They needed a mediator who could slow the conversation, keep it focused, and help them work through difficult details. In a case like this, a facilitative mediation style with a mediator experienced in communication challenges is often the better fit. Now let's look at a different situation. Take Mark and Elena. From the outside, they seemed like a couple who would have an easier divorce process. They spoke calmly, listened carefully, and genuinely wanted to be fair to each other. But when they started discussing their finances, the conversations became heavier. They owned a business together, had retirement accounts, and Mark also had stock options through his job. Soon, their discussions filled with questions they didn't know how to answer. Which assets were truly marital, how future business income should be divided, and whether taxes could quietly reduce what they thought they were agreeing to. They weren't frustrated with each other. They were afraid of making a mistake that could affect their financial security for years. Sometimes they would pause mid-conversation, both realizing they were trying to make permanent decisions without feeling completely sure they understood the consequences. Their challenge wasn't conflict between them. Their challenge was the growing anxiety of not knowing whether they were making the right long-term decisions. In situations like this, couples often benefit from mediation that includes strong legal guidance and financial expertise, depending on which questions create the biggest uncertainty.
Can couples still use mediation if they want legal advice during the process?
Yes, that's called mediation with attorneys. In this approach, couples still work with a neutral mediator who guides discussions and helps them negotiate agreements. At the same time, each spouse may have their own attorney who provides individual legal advice. Sometimes attorneys attend mediation sessions directly. In other cases, they advise their clients between sessions. This approach can be helpful when legal or financial issues are more complex, or when one or both spouses want extra reassurance about their rights and long-term decisions, while still trying to resolve issues cooperatively outside of court. Take Anna and Chris. They both wanted to keep their divorce peaceful and uncontested, especially for their children, but they struggled to agree on how to divide Chris's retirement account and how to arrange their parenting schedule during the school year. Anna worried about her long-term financial security, while Chris worried that dividing the retirement account incorrectly could create tax penalties and future financial problems. During mediation, the mediator helped them slow the conversation, focus on their priorities, and explore options that supported both their financial stability and their children's daily routines. Because retirement accounts and tax rules can be legally complex, they each asked their own attorney to review the agreement before signing. Their attorneys confirmed the plan followed legal requirements and suggested small wording changes to protect both of them. With the mediator guiding discussions and attorneys providing reassurance, Anna and Chris reached agreement, avoided court, and completed their divorce with less conflict and uncertainty. Once couples understand the type of mediation they may need, the next step is choosing a qualified mediator.
How can people find a mediator they can trust?
Many people start by searching professional mediation directories or court-approved mediator lists. These sources usually include mediators who meet professional standards and training requirements. People can also ask for referrals from family law attorneys, therapists, divorce coaches, or financial divorce specialists, since those professionals often work closely with mediators. It's important to check a mediator's training, certifications, and experience with divorce cases. Using established directories, court programs, or professional referrals can help couples avoid unqualified or misleading services.
How much does divorce mediation usually cost, and how is it paid?
Mediation costs vary based on location, case complexity, and the mediator's experience. Most mediators charge hourly, and couples usually share that cost. The total cost depends on how many sessions are needed. Simpler cases take fewer sessions, while complex financial or parenting issues take more time. Mediation often works best when both spouses are willing to communicate, share information honestly, and try to find solutions together. It can also work well when couples want more control over decisions and hope to reduce conflict, cost, and stress. Mediation can be challenging when there is severe conflict, safety concerns, or when one spouse refuses to participate honestly or share important financial information. In those situations, court involvement or legal intervention may be necessary. Quick recap. Mediation tends to succeed when cooperation is possible, even if agreement feels difficult at the beginning. Choosing the right mediation style and mediator background depends on what is creating the biggest obstacle: communication and emotional challenges, parenting decisions, or legal and financial complexity. Some couples use mediation with attorneys to receive legal advice while still working toward cooperative agreements. Mediation may not work when there are safety concerns, hidden finances, or a lack of honest participation. In those situations, court or attorney involvement may be necessary. Divorce mediation allows couples to work toward agreements with guidance from a neutral mediator instead of relying on a judge to decide. And for many families, that can make the divorce process more manageable and less damaging long-term.
In the next episode, we're talking about collaborative divorce, where the spouses, their attorneys, and the collaborative team all sign a commitment to stay out of court. Episode 6 shows you how this structure can transform the tone of a divorce.
When you understand the road ahead, you can guide your divorce in the direction that truly works for your life. And even if you hire a great attorney, you should still stay in the driver's seat, not the back seat where you can't see where things are headed. Laws vary, but smart strategies don't. Divorce information, always by your side. See you in the next episode.